Are you tired of store-bought flour that's, well, dead on arrival? What if I told you the secret to truly next-level baking is sitting on your countertop waiting to be unlocked? Today, I am diving deep into the world of home grain milling. But let's be real, the market is flooded with options from sleek modern machines to old-school hand crank models. How do you know which one is right for you? Well, that's what we're here to figure out, so stick around because you are not going to want to miss our #1 pick. 6. Moongiantgo Grain Mill Grinder. Now, when I first got this thing, I was intrigued. It's this stainless steel, almost industrial-looking machine that promises high-speed grinding. And you know what? It delivers on that promise. This thing is fast. It uses a blade grinding system similar to a coffee grinder, but on a much more powerful scale. I threw in some hard wheat berries, flipped the switch, and within a minute, I had, well, something resembling flour. Here's the thing, though. Speed isn't everything. The flour it produced was, let's say, a bit inconsistent. I found that to get a fine consistency for bread, I had to run it through a couple of times, and even then, there were still some coarser bits. It's also really loud. I mean, really loud. Like, don't use it while the baby is sleeping loud. And while this stainless steel construction looks professional, it feels a little thin. I noticed a bit of vibration and rattling during operation, which made me a tad nervous about its long-term durability. I also found the cleaning process to be a bit of a hassle. Because it's a blade grinder, flour gets packed into all the little nooks and crannies. The instructions warn against using water to clean it, so you're left with a little brush trying to get all the powder out. It's not a deal breaker, but it's one of those little annoyances that can make you think twice about pulling it out.
5. NutriMill Harvest Electric Stone Grain Mill. Now, I have to admit, I was really excited about this one. It's a beautiful machine. With its bamboo housing and sleek design, it's the kind of appliance you'd be happy to leave out on your counter. And it's a stone grinding mill, which is generally considered the gold standard for home milling. Stone grinding produces a finer, more uniform flour and does so at a lower temperature, which helps to preserve the nutrients in the grain. So where did it fall short? Well, for all its good looks, the performance was a little underwhelming. The 450-watt motor, while adequate, seemed to struggle a bit with harder grains. I noticed the feed rate was quite slow, and it took a surprisingly long time to get a decent amount of flour. When you're in the middle of a baking project, you don't want to be waiting around for your flour to grind. Another issue I had was with the fineness of the grind. Even on the finest setting, I found the flour to be a bit coarser than what I'd like for a light and airy loaf of bread. I ended up having to sift the flour to get the consistency I wanted, which kind of defeats the purpose of grinding your own flour to get all that whole grain goodness. Sifting out the bran and germ means you're losing some of the very nutrients you were trying to preserve in the first place.
Number 4. Greatrue Grain Mill Grinder. This is another stainless steel blade-style grinder, but with some key differences from the Moongiantgo. First off, the build quality feels much more solid. The stainless steel is thicker, the base is heavier, and the whole thing just feels more substantial. It's clear that this is a machine built to last. The Greatrue also boasts a more powerful motor, and you can feel it. It chews through grains with ease, and I was able to get a much finer, more consistent flour in a single pass than I could with the Moongiantgo. The triple blade design seems to make a real difference here, creating a vortex that pulls the grains down and ensures they are evenly ground. What I really appreciate about the Greatrue is its simplicity. There are no complicated settings or attachments. You just fill the hopper, set the timer, and let it do its thing. The lid has a secure locking mechanism, which is a nice safety feature, and the whole operation feels very straightforward and user-friendly. Of course, no machine is perfect. Like the Moongiantgo, The Greatrue is on the loud side. It's a powerful machine, and with great power comes, well, great noise. Also, the cleaning process, while easier than the Moongiantgo, still requires some care to avoid getting water in the motor. But here's what matters. The Greatrue delivers where it counts. It produces a high-quality, fine-grained flour that is perfect for bread making. Number 3, OKF Grain Mill. This one really impressed me. It's another commercial-grade stainless steel grinder, but it feels like a step up in terms of both power and design. The 2,000-watt motor is an absolute beast. It grinds grain so quickly and finely, it's almost unbelievable. We're talking about turning hard wheat berries into a super fine, talc-like powder in under a minute. One of the standout features of the OKF is its swing-type design. The entire grinding chamber can be tilted, which makes it incredibly easy to pour out the flour and to clean the machine. This is a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in the user experience. No more awkwardly scooping out flour or trying to clean a fixed chamber. The OKF also comes with a built-in timer, which is a fantastic feature. You can set it for the desired grinding time and walk away, knowing it will shut off automatically. This is great for preventing the motor from overheating and for ensuring consistent results every time. In terms of performance, the OKF is simply outstanding. The flour it produces is incredibly fine and consistent, perfect for delicate pastries and cakes, as well as hearty breads. I even experimented with grinding some popcorn to make cornmeal, and the results were fantastic. If I had to find a downside, it would be the size. This is a big, heavy machine, and it takes up a fair amount of counter space. Number 2, CGOLDENWALL Electric Grain Grinder Mill. This machine is, in a word, a powerhouse. It's very similar in design to the OKF, with a high-powered motor, stainless steel construction, and a swing-type design for easy pouring and cleaning. But there are a few key refinements that, in my opinion, give it the edge. The CGOLDENWALL has an even more powerful motor, clocking in at 2,400 watts. The speed and efficiency of this machine are just next level. It grinds even the hardest grains to a super fine powder in seconds. The flour it produces is so light and airy, it's a dream to work with. But what really sets the CGOLDENWALL apart is the attention to detail in its design. The lid has a double-sealed design to prevent flour from escaping, and the overload protector is a great safety feature that prevents the motor from burning out. It also comes with a set of replacement blades and brushes, which is a nice touch. I was also really impressed with the customer support from CGOLDENWALL. I had a question about the machine, and their customer service team was incredibly helpful and responsive. It's clear that this is a company that stands behind its products. The CGOLDENWALL is the kind of machine that will grow with you. Whether you're a beginner just starting to explore home milling or a seasoned pro who bakes every day, this machine has the power and versatility to meet your needs.
1. The Victoria Manual Cast Iron Grain Mill. I know. In a world of high-powered electric grinders, why would I choose a manual hand-crank mill? Let me explain. There is something incredibly satisfying about the process of manually grinding your own grain. It's a connection to the food you're making that you just don't get from flipping a switch. But it's not just about the experience. The Victoria Mill is a masterpiece of simple, effective design. It's made from heavy-duty cast iron, which means it's virtually indestructible. This is the kind of tool that you will pass down to your grandchildren. It clamps securely to your countertop and has a large hopper that can hold a decent amount of grain. The grinding plates are adjustable, so you can go from a coarse, cracked grain for porridge to a fine flour for bread. And let me tell you, the quality of the flour is exceptional. Because it's a slow, cool grinding process, All of the delicate oils and nutrients in the grain are preserved, resulting in a flour that is bursting with flavor and aroma. Yes, it takes some effort. You're gonna get a bit of a workout, but the results are so worth it. The bread I baked with the flour from the Victoria Mill was, without a doubt, the best I have ever made. It had a depth of flavor and a rich, nutty aroma that you just can't get from flour ground in a high-speed electric mill. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.